On tap, the Immortal IPA. Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Today's beer was given to us by Brad Allen, a friend of the show from the West Coast. Thanks, Brad. You're amazing. The Immortal IPA is brewed by the Elysian Brewing Company, which was founded in Seattle, Washington in 1995. Elysian operates 3 brewpubs in Seattle and opened a production brewery in 2011. This American IPA is 6.3% ABV and 54 IBUs. It is available in 22-ounce bombers and kegs. This ale is bittered with Chinook and finished with Amarillo and Centennial hops. IPAs should be consumed fresh, but there is no freshness date on the bottle, so we will cross our fingers and hope for the best. Let the blind taste test begin. Hey-o, away. Chef, tell us about the flavor of this beer.
Well, I think we were just talking about it. It starts off with a nice kind of citrus, like an orange flavor. I do get a little hint of caramel, and then right in the middle there's some breadiness to it, some yeastiness, but it finishes with a really nice hop character at the end there, really nice bitterness at the end, but not overly strong, but just enough to make you come back for another sip. So,
Joby, does this beer have a strong aroma to it?
For aroma, James, I was pulling out almost like a grapefruit smell. I wouldn't say it's like overwhelming, so I wouldn't say it's a strong aroma, but I mean it's definitely, you know, on the hoppier side of an aroma, like grapefruit. But you know, when I tasted it, I felt like it was more a floral taste. Like, you know, I don't know, you have floral hops and fruity hops, and you know, for me that might be totally off base, but I didn't think the floral aroma, or I'm sorry, the floral taste matched the grapefruit nose.
Ryan, how does this line up on the Budweiser drinkability scale?
I don't know if you can apply the Budweiser drinkability scale to this, but
The Miller Lite drinkability scale.
as far as drinkability, we're looking at something that's you know, a nice hoppy beer, but it's got a good balance between the malt characters that are coming through and the hops, and like Chef was saying, it's got a real nice finish to it that, you know, just stays with you just long enough to be enjoyable, and then kind of send you right back for another sip, which is why I'm down to like my last 3 sips. So as far as, you know, good, easy drinking, flavorful hoppy beer, this is up there.
Okay, let's get some ratings. Chefers.
I'm going to give it an 8. I think, again, what he was saying, there's great layers of flavor here. It is a nice hoppy beer, but it does have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good ending to the beer. So 8.
8 is great. Joby.
I am at a 7. I do agree with Chef and Ryan that it has got good drinkability. But again, for me, to be in that 8-9 range, it's got to, you know, kind of knock me off my feet. And I think this one's just kind of boring. Even though it is hoppy and it's good drinkability, it just doesn't have enough bells and whistles for me to get that higher rating.
Okay. Ryan, what's your rating?
I'm at an 8 as well. For a lot of the same reasons that we've all been saying, that it's just a good beer and something that I liked all the flavors that I was pulling out of it and enjoyed drinking it.
Okay, well, this is an American IPA, and it's been around. It's actually been around for quite a while, so it's not a newer beer. And what I was wondering was, do you think that this competes with modern, you know, the newer IPAs that are coming out, like the West Coast IPAs that are coming out?
I think it's mellow. I mean, for me, I could see this being a big IPA 10, 12 years ago. But now with all the bigger, you know, craft names in the business that are coming out with the IPAs, that are, you know, it's a lot hoppier, or, you know, a lot crazier than this one. So, I mean, I think this is a little more mellow than today's IPA, if you will.
Okay.
And I think because of its mellowness and because of its flavor characteristics, where it's not just hoppy, it doesn't just have that strong citrus taste and then that strong bitterness finish. It has a mixture of some of that malty, that breadiness, and the hops in it. It makes it a drinkable. It makes it a go-to everyday style beer. You know, whereas you do get into some of the West Coast IPAs or some of the stronger IPAs that are coming out now, that although they're very interesting to drink, you're not going to drink very many of those because it's just going to be palate fatigue after you drink 2 or 3 of those, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that this has a nice balance between the hop flavors and the hop aromas and the malt character, such that it is something that I feel like, you know, I could have a number of these and don't feel like I'm... You could have a six-pack
of these and over the course of the...
Right.
And you're not fatigued from drinking it, whereas you take some of those strong ones and you're fatigued. Go for it.
Shipped to us from Seattle, Washington. Elysian The Immortal IPA. And that one with the beer goes to Rick for all of his hard work. Awkward edit. In the interest of full disclosure, this was only partially blind for Ryan, who had a 50% chance of getting it right, since he brought 2 beers tonight for us to try. Ryan, this was sent to us by one of your friends. You've never had it before, but how do you think it stacks up?
I think it's a good IPA, and you know, just reading the little thing here on the side, you know, it talks about it being a well-balanced IPA, a little more in the English style, but with American hops. And I think that's kind of what we were all getting out of it. It was a well-balanced beer. It had a little bit more of the malt character than you might expect in a more West Coast or you know, really hoppy American IPA. So I think it's, you know, it's truth in labeling as far as what they're shooting for and what they produced.
Yeah, and this comes in at, like, you know, 6-ish%, so it's not a really big beer. I mean, to me,
6.3, I think.
I think this seems like a great sort of party beer.
I'd actually describe it as kind of like a good introductory beer to the IPA scene of today's world, if you will. You know, if you introduce some of the new IPAs, West Coast IPAs, or some of the bigger IPAs to a non-craft beer drinker, they might be off-put right from the get-go. But if you start with something like this, it's a little smoother, a little more balanced, it might, you know, spark their interest a little more, just because it doesn't have that real bitter aftertaste or anything like that. So I think it's a great offering.
Chef, sum it up.
I mean, just like what you said, and I think that there is something to be said for a beer that's been brewed since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That they're still in business, they're still doing a good product, they're still got a great beer going out there, you know, 20, 30 years later. So I mean, I think that's got something to say for that. But yeah, this is a great party beer. This drinks real well, and I think you could have multiple of these and have a good time.
Well, they have 3 brew pubs in Seattle, and I don't know, by the taste of this, if next time in Seattle, I'd love to go to their brew pub and try some of their other stuff. Okay, Elysian The Immortal IPA gets a 7.7 on the BDA scale. Take a trip to Seattle and check this one out. My name is James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority.